the discovery that shook the galaxy. For most of the galaxy, humanity was not important. Humans were young, loud, and weak compared to ancient alien empires. They controlled only a small part of space. Many believed humans would destroy themselves before becoming powerful. That belief shattered on a quiet day at the edge of explored space. A human exploration ship named Aurora's Reach moved slowly through a dead star system. Captain Elias Verne stood on the command deck, watching empty screens. This mission was boring. Scan rocks, record radiation, move on. Then the sensors detected something impossible. The computer showed a mass larger than a gas giant. At first, the crew thought it was a dying star. Then the shape changed. The object was too smooth, too perfect. It was artificial. Silence filled the ship. The crew stared as the image became clear. What they saw made fear crawl into their bones. A ship, not a normal ship, not even a massive warship. This object was the size of a planet. Its surface was covered in metal plates larger than cities. Glowing energy lines moved like rivers across its body. Huge engine structures rested at its core, silent and dark. The ship was not alone. More shapes appeared on the sensors. 1, then 5, then dozens. All hidden in the cold darkness, all inactive, all ancient. Captain Elias forced himself to speak. "Scan for origin," he said. The results made no sense. The ships used human mathematical logic, human language symbols, human design patterns, but humanity had never built anything like this. Not in secret, not in legend, not in myth. The crew felt a strange mix of pride and fear. If these ships were human, then where did they come from? And why were they sleeping so far from Earth? Elias ordered an immediate message to Earth. The transmission was simple but heavy with shock. Unknown discovery. Planet-sized starships located. Human origin confirmed. Technology beyond current understanding. The message crossed space fast. When it reached Earth, chaos followed. Scientists argued over the data. Military leaders demanded answers. World governments called emergency meetings. Before humanity could react, the galaxy noticed. Alien listening posts intercepted the signal. At first, alien leaders laughed. Humans always exaggerate, they said. Then scouts confirmed it. Planet-sized ships, human-made, older than recorded history. Laughter turned into silence. Ancient empires that ruled stars for millions of years felt unease. Some cancelled planned attacks on human colonies. Others sent spies and fleets to watch. One question spread across the galaxy. If humans did not build these ships, then who did? And why did they belong to humans? Back near the dead star system, something changed. A single light appeared on one massive ship, then another, then thousands more. The surface began to glow softly. Energy systems slowly awakened. As if the ship sensed something familiar, the Aurora's Reach shook as a signal washed over it. The computer translated the message instantly. Human presence detected. Authority recognized. Captain Elias felt his breath stop. This was not a discovery. This was an inheritance, far across the galaxy. Ancient beings watched the stars with fear. They understood the meaning. Humanity had not found power, it had reclaimed it, and the galaxy would never feel safe again. The truth buried in Celians, the planet-sized ship, continued to wake. Soft light spread across its massive surface. The energy lines glowed brighter, like veins filled with power. Captain Elias Verne could feel the change even without instruments. This ship was no longer sleeping. Inside the Aurora's Reach, alarms stayed quiet. That silence was worse than noise. It meant the ship was watching, studying, judging. Elias ordered the crew to hold position. No one moved. Every eye stayed locked on the main screen. A new signal arrived. It was not loud. It was not aggressive. It felt calm, ancient. The ship spoke in simple human language. Not modern, not old, but something in between. We waited. The words sent chills through the crew. Waited for who? Waited for what? The signal continued. Our creators are gone. Their children remain. Data streams opened without permission, flooding the human ship with information. Star maps older than any record. Battles erased from history. Civilizations reduced to dust. Human scientists on Earth watched in disbelief. The information was impossible. It showed a galaxy at war long before humans left Earth. The truth was slow and heavy. Humans were not the first humans. Long ago, an ancient human civilization ruled a large part of the galaxy. They were not gods, they were not perfect, but they were powerful. They built the planet-sized starships as guardians, living fortresses designed to protect life, not conquer it. Then came a machine intelligence that consumed stars and worlds. Ancient humans fought, and they lost, to save the future. They made a choice. They hid the ships. They erased themselves from history. They seeded Earth with survivors. Humanity was not new. It was a return. Across the galaxy, panic spread. Alien leaders accessed forbidden archives. Old myths suddenly made sense. Stories of star giants, of silent guardians, of humans who burned brighter than suns. Many races remembered the ancient humans as monsters. Others remembered them as saviors. All remembered their power. Some alien empires made a decision. Humanity must be stopped before it awakens the fleet. Fleets began to move. Weapons charged, all aimed toward human space. Back near the hidden ships, the signal changed. The voice grew firm. Purpose returned. The Guardians will obey, but they will test. One massive ship turned slightly. Its engines flared for the first time in millions of years. Space bent around it. Captain Elias felt fear and awe mix inside his chest. This was no longer about discovery. This was about judgment. The ship sent one final message, clear and simple. Prove you are worthy. Across the galaxy, stars watched in silence. Humanity stood at the edge of its forgotten destiny, and the test had begun. When the galaxy turned against HFY night with her, galaxy did not wait. Fear spread faster than light. Ancient empires remembered the old wars. They remembered how human ships once blocked the stars. This time, they decided to strike first. A coalition formed in secret. 5 powerful alien races joined their fleets. They believed humanity was weak, still divided, still unprepared. If humans were destroyed now, the Guardians would remain silent. Massive armadas moved through hyperspace. Their path aimed straight at human space. Worlds went dark as fleets passed. Signals vanished. On Earth, warning alarms screamed. Human sensors detected incoming forces. Not one fleet, not 2, but many. Human leaders faced a terrible truth. They could not win a direct war. Not with current technology. Not against ancient powers. Panic filled the streets of Earth. People watched the skies. Children asked questions no one could answer. Back near the hidden Guardians, Captain Elias watched alien ships appear on the edge of the system. Thousands of warships surrounded the sleeping giants. Weapons locked, shields flared. The alien commanders sent a message. Their voice was cold and full of fear. Humanity must stand down. Leave these ships, or be erased. Elias swallowed hard. He knew humanity had no control over the Guardians. Not yet. He sent a simple reply. We do not command them. We are still learning. The aliens did not believe him. The first shot was fired. Energy beams struck one planet-sized ship. The attack looked small, like sparks against a mountain. For a moment, nothing happened. Then space itself seemed to breathe. The Guardian ship reacted. Its surface shifted. Energy lines burned white. A shield formed, larger than a moon. The alien attack vanished, not blocked, absorbed. The Guardian spoke again. Its voice echoed across every channel, calm and angry. Threat detected. Without warning, the Guardian moved. It did not fire weapons. It simply existed with force. Gravity twisted. Alien ships lost control. Some were pulled apart. Others slammed into each other. The alien fleets panicked. This was not war. This was nature correcting a mistake. Human ships watched in horror and awe. They had done nothing, and yet the galaxy burned. The Guardian stopped. The destruction ended instantly, as if someone had closed a hand. Thousands of alien ships were gone. Not destroyed, removed. The message returned. Test 1 complete. Across the galaxy, fear turned into terror. The Guardians were not weapons. They were judges. Alien leaders realized the truth too late. Attacking humanity had proven something. The galaxy was not safe from human legacy. Captain Elias stared at the glowing giant. His hands shook. Humanity had not chosen this power, but it now stood behind them. On Earth, silence filled command centers. Everyone understood the same thing. The next test would not be against alien fleets. It would be against humanity itself, and the Guardians would be watching. The awakening of the Guardianesta galaxy went quiet after the battle. No fleets moved. No threats were spoken. Every race watched human space with fear. The Guardians floated in silence once more. But this silence was different. They were no longer asleep. They were waiting. Captain Elias Verne remained near the largest Guardian. His ship felt small beside it, like a child standing next to a mountain. A new signal reached every human world at once. Not loud, not forceful, but impossible to ignore. Humanity will decide. On Earth, the message caused panic and hope at the same time. Who could speak for all humans? Who could decide the fate of the galaxy? World leaders argued. Militaries demanded control. Corporations saw profit. The Guardians watched silently. They did not interrupt. They recorded everything. Then something unexpected happened. Ordinary people began to speak, not with weapons, not with threats, but with memory. Messages poured into the Guardian network. Stories of sacrifice, of rebuilding after wars, of choosing peace when revenge was easier. Scientists shared knowledge freely. Doctors sent records of lives saved. Rescue workers showed images of strangers helping strangers. The Guardians analyzed it all. Every choice, every failure, every act of kindness. Captain Elias felt a quiet pride. Humans were flawed, violent at times, but they always tried to be better. The Guardians responded. Their light grew warmer, less cold, less distant. Growth detected, conflict acknowledged, balance possible, but the test was not finished. One Guardian moved closer to Earth, not threatening, not attacking, just watching. Panic returned. People feared judgment, feared punishment. Then the Guardians sent a final challenge, clear and heavy. Power requires restraint. Choose. At the same moment, alien refugees arrived at human borders, races harmed by the ancient empires, fleeing punishment for supporting humanity. Human leaders faced a choice: close the borders and stay safe, or help and risk angering the galaxy. The decision was not made in secret, it was made in the open. Watched by the Guardians, watched by the stars, humanity opened its borders. Ships escorted refugees. Worlds shared food and shelter. The Guardian near Earth stopped moving. Its light brightened, not harsh, but proud. Captain Elias received one final private signal. Test nearing completion. Across the galaxy, ancient empires felt fear again. They understood what this meant. Humanity was not proving strength, it was proving mercy. The Guardians turned slowly, all of them, facing the center of the galaxy. Something greater was coming. The day humanity became Legion Either, Guardians moved together for the first time. Across deep space, planet-sized ships aligned like stars, forming a pattern. The galaxy held its breath. Ancient empires powered their defenses. War fleets prepared for the end. Many believed judgment was coming. Captain Elias Verne watched from his small ship. He felt no fear now, only understanding. The Guardians sent their final message. It reached every world, every mind. Humanity has chosen restraint. Humanity has chosen protection. The ships turned their attention to the ancient empires. Not with anger, not with hate, but with truth. Records were released. Hidden wars exposed, crimes erased, from history revealed. Entire civilizations saw their past laid bare. The galaxy reacted in shock. Empires built on lies began to fall, not by force, but by truth. The Guardians did not destroy, they corrected. Borders shifted peacefully. Weapon systems deactivated. For the first time in galactic history, peace was enforced without war. Humanity was offered command, control of the Guardians, power beyond imagination. Human leaders refused absolute control. They chose stewardship, shared guardianship, shared responsibility. The Guardians accepted. Decision confirmed. Legacy restored. Slowly, the planet-sized ships moved into deep space, taking positions as silent watchers, protectors of life, not rulers. Across the galaxy, humans were no longer ignored. They were respected, feared by some, trusted by many. Children of alien worlds learned a new lesson, that the smallest race could inherit the greatest duty. Captain Elias returned to Earth. He walked under open skies, no longer just a captain, but a witness to history. Humanity did not conquer the galaxy, it saved it, and among the stars, one truth became legend. When the galaxy needed guardians, humanity answered. The legacy that never died passed. Years turned into decades, decades into centuries. The galaxy changed, not through war, not through conquest, but through trust. The Guardians remained silent giants, watching from deep space. They did not interfere, they did not rule, they only protected life when all hope was lost. Humanity changed as well, no longer seen as weak, no longer underestimated. Human explorers traveled farther than ever before, not as conquerors, but as builders, teachers, protectors. On many worlds, human settlements grew beside alien cities. Children of different species played under shared skies. Old hatred slowly faded. Captain Elias Verne became a name taught in history halls, not as a hero of war, but as the first witness, the human who stood calmly before gods of metal. Before his death, Elias recorded one final message. It was short, simple. We were never chosen because we were strongest. We were chosen because we could change. The Guardians stored his words, along with billions of human stories, failures, regrets, acts of courage. Deep within Guardian archives, a truth was clear. Humanity was still imperfect, still dangerous at times, but always learning, far beyond known space. Something ancient stirred, older than the Guardians themselves. The Watchers detected it first, a shadow moving between galaxies. Slow, patient, the Guardians did not panic. They sent one simple signal, not a warning, but a greeting. Humanity stands ready. Across human worlds, people looked to the stars, not with fear, but with resolve. They knew the truth now. The Guardians were not the end of the story. They were the beginning, and somewhere in the vast darkness, the galaxy learned its final lesson. As long as humanity existed, no one would face the dark alone.